everyone, and welcome back to Scents of South Jersey with me, Kellen, for another fragrance video. Today, what I wanted to bring to you guys is a short list of 5 lesser-known classic men's fragrances. Some of these are going to be unheard of in terms of on YouTube, like I haven't seen anybody else talk about them. Some of them you might know about, but I don't really see them being mentioned a lot too. So I just wanted to bring 5. Just wanted to speak about that today, go over them a little bit and, talk about them, give you a little description. Not going to be a full review on each one, obviously, because we do have a list. I want to get through it in, a relatively good amount of time. Of course, if you're new to the channel and you enjoy the content that I create, make sure to subscribe to support the channel. And if you have an Instagram, go ahead and check out the Scents of South Jersey Instagram page for news and updates on the channel, photos of fragrances from my collection, and of course, daily story scent of the day posts. So speaking of scent of the day, my scent of the day today is Drakkar Noir by Guy Laroche. So I've been on a Drakkar Noir kick. I have finished my current formulation bottle a while back, actually on my birthday, finished my small 50 ml vintage, and now all I got left is this kind of like probably 70% full 100 ml vintage. I shaved, I have the aftershave, the whole deal. I love Drakkar Noir, and I've been wearing it a lot recently. But obviously that's not part of the list, but without wasting any more time, guys, let's get started. All right, so the first fragrance on this list is from the house of Chevignon. It is Chevignon for Men by Chevignon. So this fragrance, unfortunately, guys, I don't know what date it came out. Chevignon is a French house. This sort of has like a Western theme to it. This is a 100 ml bottle. You can see this here. I wanted to talk about this one today because if you guys saw my most recent review, it was about Polo Crest. Polo Crest being the 1991 release from Ralph Lauren, and it was a very kind of lighter, fresher, more floral take on the original Polo Green. And this takes that a step further. It's a great alternative to Polo Crest. Still discontinued, still a little bit harder to find, but it's still gonna be a lot less money than Polo Crest is. But it's kind of like a fresher Polo Crest, if you could think that. So it kind of maybe dilutes the thickness of the scent, but it still gives that leather, the spice, the woods, just not as much, there's no really tobacco in it. Again, it's kind of like a chain going down from Polo Green, but this is an awesome fragrance, very long lasting, has better performance than Polo Crest. From what I've read, Polo Crest performs really well on me, like I mentioned in my review, and so does this one. But from my research on Fragrantica, people are saying that they're getting better performance with a similar smell, just a little bit lighter. So this 100 ml bottle I bought as a backup to my 50 ml, and I have an aftershave. I haven't really used this one, but it's really cool. Bottle's really nice, painted on, lettering and everything. It seems like a high-end thick glass bottle made in France on the bottom. But if you're looking for something that's fresher, safer to wear than Polo Green, you can't get Polo Crest. See if you can get Chevignon, because there's a bunch of good deals out there for this one, and I think it's a little bit more accessible than, say, Polo Crest might be. But I don't know the date, but I'm gonna have to guess that it came out after, maybe a little bit later in the 90s than Polo Crest did, because I'm not gonna say it's a clone, but it definitely got some inspiration from that one if it came out after Polo Crest, which I'm pretty sure it did. All right, so fragrance number 2 on this list. If you're a frag head and you really like patchouli, you're probably well aware of this one, but again, I don't see it mentioned very often. This is from 1989, and this is from the house of Krizia. This is Moods by Krizia. So this one's really special to me. Patchouli is a note that is just very prevalent in this fragrance. It's very strong, and it's a note that I've struggled with in the past. Scents that have heavy patchouli notes, like say Zino Davidoff. Everybody knows how I feel about that fragrance. I hate it, it sucks. But this patchouli is just something else. This is a splash bottle, 50 ml that I got. You can see there, sorry about the reflection. I have a small 1 ounce low fill spray. You can get this from McBag, a sample. I'm pretty sure he's got samples of it. You can get anything from him. Check him out regardless. Very solid. But this is just a really strong floral, honey, and patchouli scent. It lasts on my skin forever. Really good for cool weather. Awesome for the holidays. It kind of is a Christmassy feel to it. It's very rich, and it's just an amazing smell. I wish I could spray some out here. I just don't want to dump any because it's going to clash with Drakkar Noir for sure. But it's just an awesome fragrance. And Krizia is a probably higher-end Italian house. All I have from the house is this, and I have Krizia Uomo, which is think about the smoother, high-end one-man show by Jacques Bogart, but that Krizia Uomo takes that and kind of smooths it out, almost like a Zara Pour Homme and Rive Gauche comparison. But Moods is a really special fragrance, and I've been looking for an aftershave, and I want to give it, I've just splashed them on and worn this a few times, and I've sprayed the one little bottle that I have too, but it's a really strong, patchouli scent. Like that's the main note. And if you love patchouli and you like honey and floral, this is gonna be an excellent fragrance, but perfect for the winter time. And I don't hear many people speaking about Moods by Kritsia. So that's why I wanted to bring it to attention. Definitely want to plan on doing, before the winter's over, a full review on this fragrance. Okay, so the third fragrance on this list, this is probably the most least known in my collection and maybe in out there in the fragrance community. Another fragrance from 1989, Kritsia Moods was from 1989. This fragrance is from 1989 from the Italian designer Pancaldi, and this is Pancaldi for men, or Pancaldi by Pancaldi. So really weird looking box. You got this guy that looks like he's in some sort of suit. I don't know if it looked like a mob guy or not. This is a small, just 1 ounce bottle, not even 25 ml, and cheap cap, cheap sprayer. I've seen other boxes, bigger presentations, kind of like wider bottles, but I just wanted to try it. I'll admit it, guys, I have solely purchased this based on the box, the presentation, the look. I saw it and I was so curious. I had to know what this smelled like. So, in the times I've worn this fragrance, sampled it, just wanted to experience it. It's classified as a woody sheeper fragrance. It's a really dark scent. It's got a ton of notes in there. The note breakdown is extremely complex. From the top to the middle to the base, there's at least 8 or 9 notes in each one. Castoreum, you got oak moss, you got green notes, you got floral. It's sort of like an oriental fougere in a sense, but it's really heavy. Picture like the box, maybe dark suit, or like a leather jacket, gold chain, because it definitely has a little bit of sweetness in it, but it also is very, very masculine and rich, and is for sure a complex scent. In the beginning, in the opening, it sort of reminds me of Giacomo di Giacomo, but then some other notes, like a little bit of florals, some citrus, and then cinnamon go along with the clove, and it just makes it richer, more complex, very long lasting. This scent, 1 or 2 sprays, this is probably all I would need. It's one that I'm not sure if I absolutely love it yet. It smells really good, but it's different from my normal green fougere barbershop style, which has always been my favorite, as you know, if you follow the channel. But this is one that is definitely unique, and I'm curious to know if anyone out there, any of you guys, have ever experienced this one. Did it last a long time? Was it a fragrance that was popular, or was it one that was released and sort of just kind of faded away into the distance? But it's definitely interesting, and definitely for cool weather scent. It's kind of sort of reminds me of like a smell of a nice candle or something like that. It's masculine, but there's a sweetness to it as well too, but it's a very complex scent. A lot of the notes in there, there's no way I could pick up on any one of them except for the few that I mentioned. Like when you mentioned the oak moss, I don't get that, but yet that's in there. But I get more of like the floral, cinnamon, and clove, and a little bit of the citrus in the very opening too. So pretty good distribution for a little bottle. It's a very complex scent, but very unknown. I don't know. Pancaldi by Pancaldi, 1989. Okay, so the fourth fragrance on this list is the oldest one in terms of its release date. It's kind of bringing it right back to the aromatic green type of aromatic fougere, inexpensive daily signature barbershop fragrances that I love, from the House of Halston. And I think it's known, but the lesser mentioned, lesser spoken about, younger brother or brother to, I really don't know which one came out first, to the more famous Z14. This is 1-12 or 112 by Halston. And, this fragrance, I'm going to spray some out, maybe just put some on my hand here. This one is classic barbershop, green aromatic fougere, as you can get really for something under $10. I got this for $9.99, so we're talking less than $10. It's an excellent, inexpensive daily signature scent. The instant opening kind of reminds me of like a hair pomade or almost hairspray, and then it goes very green, and the pine and the mossiness comes out, and it's just an awesome daily signature scent that you could wear if you like green fragrances. And I don't really see this mentioned much. I'm sure there are reviews out there. Maybe I just haven't seen them. I feel like the Z14 gets more of the attention, and people say that one is an inexpensive version of Tom Ford's Italian Cypress, which was a private blend fragrance that is now discontinued. And I'm not sure what this one may or may not be close to, but to me, it's like a lighter, fresher, airier Bogart Signature. Bogart Signature, a fragrance that I've reviewed, really mossy, classic barbershop men's fragrance, came out in 1975. This came out in 1976. Sort of makes sense that this may be, made in the image of Bogart Signature, but a little bit fresher. Not going to last as long. I think I'm getting, in the 4 to 5 hour range, but let's just say 3 5 hours, and I've seen people complain, but it's so inexpensive you can just continue to spray, and I'm sure if you spray it a lot and your clothes, but the opening, I get like a almost green hairspray type of smell, and then it just goes into this beautiful green pine moss, and it's awesome. Very, very mature, but again, not gonna be super strong, not gonna be super offensive. You could wear it anytime, any place, and that's what's really nice about this fragrance. It's so cheap. You think about just a lighter, more maybe citrus infused, but still with the oak moss and the pine Bogart signature. That's Halston 112. Again, really inexpensive and not talked about enough. Okay, fragrance number 5 on this list, the last fragrance on this list. I know this one is mentioned by channels like Scentland, but I really don't see it mentioned a lot. This is from the house of Adidas, and it's a 1990 aromatic fougere. I'm talking about the fragrance Active Bodies by Adidas. Now, I know it was taken over by Coty. You can even see Coty there on the bottom. Right there. It's probably hard to see because of the glare. So this is the more reformulated one. This is really not seen in the United States at all. I got this actually via eBay from a seller in Poland because apparently this is a mild deodorant spray. In Poland, this is like a dime a dozen, and somebody did recommend it to me. Thinking about the house of Adidas, right? Like it's an athletic clothing and shoe design. That's what I think of Adidas, tracksuits, that type of thing. Love Adidas clothing. But fragrances wise, I mean, you go to any rack store, think about like a Burlington or Marshall's or it doesn't matter, whatever one you're going to. They're going to be like, they're never in a case. There's never anything about them that is protected. They're just dozens and dozens of them. And they all have like the same corny name, Energy or, something like Charge or something stupid, like a dumb name. And they all smell the same, like some sort of, toilet cleaner mixed with like, I don't know, some sort of aquatic note. They're not anything I'd ever be interested in, not anything you'd ever see on this channel. However, this one is very different. A fougere sports scent, Active Bodies. It's, to me, that screams gym scent. This means I'm going to be active. So when you spray this one on, it's a very different sports scent. It's definitely something that you could wear. It's refreshing, but it carries some notes, classic notes, of the fragrances of the heavy hitters of the the 70s and 80s. I'm talking about pine, oak moss, aldehydes. You spray this one on, there's got depth to it. However, it is clean. It has a cleanness to it. So think about after the gym, you want to bring this in, you spray it on, you spray the mild deodorant right before you go in there, you shower and you spray this on. This is like a mature, but at the same time fresh and sporty and active, but different, and it's got like a classic feel to it, and it smells really good. At first it took me a minute with this one. I remember being like, I don't know if I love it, and then I just let it develop and it really grew on me, and I really do enjoy it. This is one that I would want to do a full review on, but I think it's so cool that it's like a classic masculine men's fragrance designed for you to wear in an active setting at a country club or a gym or in some sort of thing where we're going to be moving around a lot. But if you just wanted to make this your daily scent, if you wanted to make it your work scent or wear it out, you could do that. It's very versatile, anytime, any place, anywhere with this fragrance. I think that's really cool. Active Bodies by Adidas. So I'm not sure if it's discontinued. It might be discontinued in America because you never see this anywhere unless it's from an eBay seller. But where I got it, it was cheap. The shipping is what cost money, and the delay, how long, I think it took me a month to get it, but I think this was like $9 and this was maybe $15, but the shipping is what was expensive. But I really wanted to try it, and I'm happy that I have it. And it's so cool to have a sport and active designed fragrance, but also an aromatic fougere. I think that's what stands out about it. And I don't see many people aside from maybe the Scentland who's talked about this one at all. And if this is something you guys want to see a full review on, I would love to do it. So that's Active Bodies, 1990 aromatic fougere release by Adidas. All right, everybody, that'll wrap it up for me. That's my list of 5 lesser-known classic men's fragrances. So I would love to hear from you guys. Tell me, what are fragrances that you enjoy that are really not talked about at all on YouTube? Let me know in the comment section. Let me know in the comment section about my selection here. Do you own any of the 5 that I mentioned? Do you enjoy any of them? Do you know anything about them that maybe I missed? Please let me know. I always appreciate all the interaction. Make sure to subscribe if you enjoy what you watch, and check out the Scents of South Jersey Instagram page. I really appreciate all of you guys hanging out with me and watching today, and I will see you all in the next video. Take care.